All right, today we are attempting to break the world record on this U.S. counties quiz. There are 3,143 counties. I'm going to try and speed run this quiz, name every single one and as fast as possible. As you can see, the current world record is 43:37. I'm going to try to not just beat, but totally destroy that quiz. Here we go. My strategy here to start is to begin with Georgia and Texas. These are the two states that have the most counties and the ones I am most prone to forgetting. So I'm starting with these, so if I make a mistake, then I can start over. It's just get the hardest part done first is the idea. So we're going to start with just these ones that I tend to forget in Georgia and Texas. I'll get, as you can see, like half of Georgia done there. The rest will fill in as I go throughout the other parts of the country. And Texas, I'm going to knock out quite a few here as well. If we do it right, I should have right about 150 by the time I am done with Texas here. Then we're going to move on to Illinois and then to Missouri. And then I'll take care of the western states. Then I'll do the Northeast, parts of the Midwest, and I kind of work my way up from Louisiana to Wisconsin and Michigan. Then go over to North Dakota, down to Oklahoma, and then I take care of the southern states to finish. That's my strategy. We'll see how it goes. I know I can break the world record because I already have before. I have gotten under 40 minutes actually, so I'm hoping to do that here. But I haven't got a recorded run actually breaking the record. I'm confident I should be able to, one of these times at least. This is attempt number 10 or something like that. I just need a really solid run on this. I think we can break 40 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up Texas here. This is all just like a memorized list right now so far. But as I get into Illinois, now it's gonna be time to turn on the jets. Here we go. You can see here that like for certain counties, like there's a Will County, a Williams County, a Williamson County, and a Williamsburg County. When I'm trying to get Williamson County, I just go ahead and do all of those, partly because I have to type Williams to get to Williamson. So sometimes we knock some out without even really meaning to, just part of the process. We're going to try and be done with Illinois with less than 5 minutes in, which I think we should be able to do that, barring any mistypes. Okay, and indeed we're on to Missouri. Well under 5 minutes. I'm happy with that so far. We're off to a good start. The next kind of milestone is I'd like to be done with Oregon at the 10-minute mark. Another 5 minutes, want to be done with Oregon. We should be working on Washington. While I'm going through Missouri here, I should note that yes, I do know the location of all these counties, but at this point, this challenge is more of a typing challenge than it is a memory challenge. I've done this quiz enough times that going actually through the quiz and doing this is pretty routine now. I feel confident on any given day at any given time I could complete the quiz. But to do so quickly is the tricky part because it's a matter of executing the typing and maintaining clear thinking so I don't forget any of my counties or any of my locations or kind of sequences. I kind of learn these counties in a sequence sometimes, as you'll see in a second. I'm going to take care of the eastern part of Kansas here. So we're going to do Shawnee, Pawnee, Pottawatomie, and then we'll do Cherokee and Wabaunsee, all the things that end with E. And then there's even a Gary and a Gregory County, so I take care of those. And then we'll jump on over to Alaska here. Take care of Alaska and Hawaii. And then we'll start over here on the west. If I can type, we'll do Nevada since it's got very few counties. Just a bunch of mostly big counties. We'll work our way down to Arizona next. Something else I should note I'm doing sometimes is just linking two county names together. So like Maricopa County in Arizona. There's also a Mariposa County in California, but I just type them back to back since it's a similar typing shape for my hand. It's just easier to type them back to back. Same thing with Yuma and Yuba, which is also, that one's in California and Arizona. Um, I could do one in Arizona and then do the other one in California, but sometimes it's faster to just Yuma, Yuba, Mariposa, Maricopa. I don't do that too often, but in cases where it's handy, like here I do Glen and then Glen, Sutter, Sutton. Um, it's just automatic. I just associate these closely. If they have very similar sounding names or they type in a very similar way, I'll group them together. There's a couple groups of those here in Oregon as well. So we do Curry, Surrey, Scurry, and Currituck. And then Coos, Coosa, and Catoosa. I put all together there. Just when I'm doing Coos right there in Oregon, I just go ahead and do those other two. Doing good so far. I wanted to be done with Oregon with 10 minutes, and we are coming in under that line. If I can get Columbiana there. Again, another link, Columbiana is in Ohio, but I just do it when I'm doing Columbia in Oregon, just to make it easier, and then that one's already filled in when I do get to Ohio. I think Washington gets the award for the state that's has the most fun county names. Oregon, also an honorable mention there. My favorite, perhaps, of all the county names is in Washington, and that is Snohomish County. It's very fun to say, very fun to type. There's a couple others that I particularly enjoy. I'll have to highlight them. Finish my water counties here. We get Beaver County in Utah, and then we immediately move up to Beaver Head, which is in Montana. That's why the route I take is a little jumping around here in the western states, but it it works. If Washington gets the award for most interesting county names, I think Colorado may get the award for the most interesting county shapes. There's just a lot of, I mean, I guess Idaho. Idaho has some fun ones too. Idaho, Colorado, probably top two. It's more fun to start with the western counties because they're just more space. They fill in the green faster, um, and generally they feel easier because they're unique shapes and a lot of unique names. Not all of them. We're going to jump over to Florida now. So we're already almost at 1,800 counties, but it's going to slow down a lot here as we've filled in a lot of the common county names, a lot of like the president names and things like that. Now these are getting to be the real unique ones. Like there's only one Okeechobee County in Florida. Um, though some of these will still fill out. And that's the idea. I tried to end with this the last part of my pathway here is the southern and the Atlantic states because they feel the hardest for me, just because of their names and the number of counties, and they're so small to see on this map that they're not so easily pinpointable. And so the idea is, like, by the time I get to Kentucky, let me do my rock counties here. So the idea as we get to like Kentucky, for example, is that most of it's already filled in, and then I'm just getting to the gaps at that point. So here we're working on New England, a lot of small counties, but at least there's only a few per state, so they feel pretty navigable. We're going to get to might be my least favorite part here is the George counties, King George, George, and Georgetown. I always mistype somewhere in there. It's so difficult to type. Okay, Prince Edward's apparently. It's difficult to type George correctly 3 times in a row. I don't know why. It's just a hard word to type. I can never get it all 3 of those correct. New York has some fun county names. Schenectady, Schoharie, and then some fun groupings here. Chemung, Chenango, Tioga, Tompkins, Otsego, Oswego, Ottawa, Ontario, Onondaga, Cattaraugus, Chautauqua. Let's give New York some credit here. It's got some fun names. Very happy with the pace so far. I should be done with kind of the whole northeast here with under 20 minutes. That's a great benchmark. I'm very happy with that. Wicomico, Maryland is another one of my favorites there. Yeah, we'll wrap up Maryland here, and I consider that the Northeast finished, and we are under 20 minutes going into West Virginia. Very happy about that. So we have less than 1,000 counties left here, but we're still only about halfway done. Just filling in the rest of these empty counties is where it really starts to get slow. So a lot of these are one name counties. They're not they're not in any other states. There's only one Mingo County. Just really hoping I don't just have a brain fart and miss a section, forget what I'm doing. Very easy to do. The usually what happens is if I get to the end and I'm missing a county, it's because I forgot to type it when it like a similar one to what I just did. For example, what I did in Ohio is Muskegon, Muskogee, Muskingum, and Muscatine. I just do all those. Those are in 4 different states, but I do them all together. But if I just do Muskingum and I forget the other 3, then when I'm at the end, I'm probably not going to realize that's what I missed. I've done that many times attempting this run, and I'm now in Louisiana. If you're trying to follow the pathway here. But that is the worst, getting to the end and having a gap and not realizing what you missed. It's always in Iowa or Georgia or Texas or something where there's just too many counties to figure out what it is. If it's in like Arkansas or something, there's not that many counties to do, so I can usually figure out what I missed. But it's always one of the it's usually like Iowa, Kansas, Georgia, Texas, Kentucky, Tennessee. One of those I'll just miss one in there, and it's so dense with different county names that I can't. Okay, I need to focus here. What am I missing? Oh, St. Mary's. Okay. I forgot that when I did Maryland. Gotta stay focused here. We're doing good. If I can be done with Michigan with 62 on the clock, that would be really good. Done with Michigan by 62. We're working our way up here. Finished Arkansas. Now we're on to Iowa, which is a tricky one. We have a good bit of it filled in already. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think we're good. And we did it. We got Iowa. Iowa's usually a trap state for me. I usually miss one in there. We're clean so far. Minnesota's easy. I never miss one in Minnesota. I know them really well. Minnesota's just a process. What's weird is I don't do the same route through each state every time. I do the same route throughout the country. Like after Minnesota, I go to Wisconsin, then to Michigan. But sometimes Minnesota, I'll go up the west side, then down the east. Sometimes I just do straight south to north, kind of what I'm doing here. You'd think doing this quiz, you'd kind of get a similar rhythm throughout each state, but I don't. I really, it's different every time. But I just see the county, I type it, and it's just wherever my eyes look next. It's not always the same. Sometimes I don't. A lot of times I don't even really need to look at the map. I'm more looking at the uh, the text box that I'm typing. Because I know what comes next. I know what Oconto, Shawano, Menominee. Wisconsin has some fun ones too. Shout out to Wisconsin. Sheboygan, Manitowoc, Kewaunee, and Outagamie is a fun one. Covered 63. Can I do Michigan under a minute? Always start with the UP. Come on. Okay, we just missed 62 minutes. We're doing really good though. That's like a really solid target. My next big indicator is where I'm at when there is 60 minutes left. If I'm in Nebraska, I'm doing really good. We got a minute to get there. Okay. Z counties here. Zapata, Zavala, and Zbach. That's how it's pronounced. We're in Nebraska. We're in Nebraska at 60. That's good. This is a really good run. This isn't a flawless run. We're good so far. We haven't missed any. No jinx. No jinx there. And I always leave one up there in North Kansas. I can't remember what it is. But I know I don't need to worry about that one. I will get it somewhere else. So I've left it before and it's always filled in. We're not going to worry about that one, okay? Oh man. I'm blanking on that one. Oh gosh, what is that one? We're gonna have to come back to it. I can't stop for more than a few seconds. I gotta keep going. Ah, what is it? Okay, we just gotta keep going. We can get it. We can bring this in under 50. Get this before 50. We can do it. Mississippi, done. Alabama's easy. Alabama, done. Mississippi, I actually forgot those corner three. Okay. Mississippi, done now too. So here's the point where we're really just filling in the dots, right? Good chunk of these states, at least Tennessee and Kentucky, a lot of counties, But a lot of them are already filled in by the time we get to them, and that's why I keep them till sort of the ending here. So we're across 3,000. Kentucky, Tennessee, I never worry about. I always get all these. I shouldn't say Tennessee. I've missed some in Tennessee before. Kentucky, though, I'm feeling pretty good. Yep. Okay, Virginia. This is where it gets fun. We're down to the last 100. I really enjoy this. These last 3 states are really not that hard. It's kind of nice to end not on the absolute hardest part, on somewhat of a downward slope. We're doing good. We should break 40 easily here. I'm nervous about that one that I missed. Oh, and I did pick it was Norton, Kansas, and Virginia. But the Oklahoma ones, I'm nervous on that one. North Carolina, not too bad. It's gotten a lot better, more comfortable with it. Used to always forget Nash County. Not this time. All right, here we go. This is where the heart starts racing a little bit. We're on the last few here. And with Victoria, but we're missing one. What am I missing? Oklahoma. KL Latimer. There we go. We got it. 37.52. We did not just break 40, we broke 38. We smashed that world record by over 5 minutes. 5 minutes and 45 seconds. We just broke the world record. 37.52. That was a really good run. It was not a flawless run. I could not think of Latimer County there in Oklahoma, but I think I got it there. It only took like 15 seconds. I got it. I will live with that. We will take it. New world record on video. Let's go. I think sub 37 is possible, but it'd have to be a really, really fast, really clean run. We'd have to really, really nail it. Good typing, good memory, and nothing left at the end. We could maybe clear 37. But here we go. Every single one. 3,143 counties in the United States typed in this quiz from memory, under 38 minutes, world record. Here's the stats on how often they're guessed. Neat little effect there, which gives you an idea of how long this list really is. There you go. Every single county in the United States from memory, speed run, new world record, 3752. Let's go. Thanks for watching.